Hey guys! So another thought I wanted to talk a little bit about in a video is I was talking to a friend of mine that's here on this group, and she had mentioned that something inside of her just feels like she's just not healthy, and she wants to be able to grow her own food because in her words were, I just don't trust the food that we're eating. And you know what? It reminded me that I was the same way. I can remember, and I was a healthy person. And I mean, as far as my food choices were going, I was gluten-free. I would eat organic when I could. Not very much processed food. No sodas and things like that. Like, I don't even let my kids drink soda. Like, I'm a pretty natural kind of mom. And she was saying the same thing for her kids. It really bothers her, especially with her busy schedule, that living life in the city can really be a burden on families and in their desire to try to be healthy. I mean, I agree with that, because especially if your kids are involved in anything like sports or activities, extracurricular activities, and even if they're not, sometimes if you're a working mom and you don't have a spouse that's willing to help or very helpful, or that they're working, it can be really difficult to get dinner on the table without it taking an hour. Because one thing I've learned since I've been out here and I have time to make nutritious foods, it takes a long time. If I'm food prepping, that's like a half a day to a full day job for my 6 people family. It's not 30 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever, it's a commitment. And growing your own food is a commitment too, but it's also so worth it. Like, I'm having so much fun just at the idea. I can remember part of my visualizations in helping me get here was one of my big things that I wanted was to be able to feed my family nutritious foods. I cannot wait until I could be juicing from my garden and having salads from my garden and eating eggs that my chickens hatch, that I know what they got fed. I'm looking forward to, not that I'm a super fan of hunting, but I do believe that the meat would be more healthy for my kids than some of the beef that is out there, or the pork. Trying to feed your kids on a budget, you end up buying the cheap meat too, So even if you're not in a place where you're homesteading, if that is a why for you, one thing you could start to do would be an aquaponics. My husband worked on that when he was in Phoenix, and that's a pretty cool system. Plus you can grow your own fish, or even just a hydroponics. That's just where you grow your own plants. Still, it's going to take a little bit of money and time to set it up, but once it gets going, you could really grow a lot of food out of a very small space, even if you just have a tiny backyard. So that's totally worth thinking about, and add some more nutrition into your life. And I'd like to know if that's you, if you're somebody who's really yearning for a more healthy lifestyle. That's part of what homesteading is about for a lot of people. So, like this video, comment, tell me what what's your why? Why do you want to homestead? What are you looking for? I'd love to hear it.